Hello, today is Wednesday, April 28th, 2021, and today we're going to be doing some more refactoring on the game that we made for Let 'em Dare. Looks like we have Omar and we have Percentage Guy. Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, so yesterday we did a little bit more refactoring. Or sorry, yesterday we started the refactoring process. Let me see if I can actually find what we did here. So in common, so the issue that we have, at least right now, is that some of this stuff I don't think it's cleaning up properly, so we gotta fix that. And I gotta think about how to fix that too. Okay, so one thing that I know is that bounds.get item 1. Actually what we can do here, let's not use this, let's use, yeah, we don't even need these. What am I doing here? This needs to be the minimum, because that's functionally equivalent code. There's no reason to rewrite all of this. You can just use those two values there. So what happens? We basically converted everything from a push kind of system to a pull kind of system. Still need to figure out how to make constraints. So yeah, I'm not super familiar with how constraints would work in Unity. I can do a quick Google search though, see if I can understand it. Unity joint constraints. So there apparently appear to be constraints as a thing. So constraints component that links a position, rotation, or scale to another. Constrained object moves or rotates like the game object that it's rotated to. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, there's a constraint. So you can just add constraints normally? It looks like these already exist, right? Can link, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I didn't even know this stuff existed. This is a rotation constraint. I mean, constraints as in things you add in a game. I don't know what you mean by constraints. Like things you add as a game? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by constraints. Because if you're talking about like physics, that's physics constraints. I don't know what you're talking about if you mean something else. But anyway, let me look at how disposable works. Because I wonder. C# I disposable. Things you've been wanting for the past few updates. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. The things that I've been wanting for the past few updates. Constraints. Things I've been wanting for the past few updates. Oh, welding. Oh. But I mean, yeah, Unity joint or Unity constraint. I mean, welding is probably pretty easy to do. You can just parent one game object to another, right? Like, that would probably just do it, right? So it provides a mechanism for releasing unmanaged resources. So, is this what I need here? Okay, well, I don't know what you want then. What if you want to move the child game object? Well, then you'd have to unweld it, right? I mean, you could create like a special game object inside the hierarchy, which is just called welding or something. So like, or actually what you could do is you could create like an empty and you could call it like welded game object. And you could just create this as the parent. And so like if you try to weld A to B, you just put A inside of a welded game object and then just have that be the main parent. That way if you want to move the child, you can just say, hey, unweld this child, and it'll unweld the two together. Something like, or to unweld one from the other. That way you can keep track of the welding. Otherwise you could do it with a position or with a constraint component, I think. So it does not support construct with the using statement, Visual Basic. Language supports things such as using, you can use it and instead explicitly call it. So I think this is what we need to do. C# unregister listeners. Because we need to figure out how we need to do this. Unregister listeners. How to correctly unregister a listener from an event handler. Because yeah, we have that. Delegate.remove. Compiler's default implementation calls delegate.combine when removing an event handler. Calls that. Okay. Delegate removed from the event handler returns null. It's essentially a check against the event using it before, and they're not equal to that. But yeah, what's the appropriate place to do that? I assume it's disposable, right? Let me go ahead and ask on the Unity Discord. Yeah, that's probably a good way to do it. The people in the Unity Discord will probably give you a better answer than I can. However, if they come back with the same answer, I'd like to know, because that would be kind of cool. Also, I am the wrong color. I think if I hue shift backwards, that's probably fine. Yeah, sure, that's fine. We'll call that fine. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pretend that iDisposable is the correct way to do this until someone wants to tell me otherwise. Does this not have anything in it? It has dispose, but why does that not... Why does this not have an issue? Okay, fine. Override dispose. Public, is it public? Is it public void dispose? Right? You come from... It doesn't tell me where you come from. Okay. I mean, I assume this is right, but I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, all we want to do is, well, actually, do we want to actually dispose this way? I don't know that we do. Well, yeah, we probably do. Probably want to say bounds dot right. So what is this? So this is a subject. Okay. Let's say dot remove all listeners, and then we probably want to say in terms of value dot remove all listeners, right? Yeah. Dot remove all listeners, and then we probably want to set bounds to null, and then value to null. That way we basically just say that this has been cleaned up. Okay, this is the interesting. Want a random fun fact? Sure. You give me a random fact and I'll decide if it's fun. How about that? So let's say we do void. Actually, no, this needs to come from observable. Oh, it's my birthday tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that is a fun fact. Remove all listeners. Yeah, that's a fun fact. I don't know. What are you hoping that people will get you for your birthday? All right. Yeah, you need to come on. Offer me the thing. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so for this, I think we just say onChange.remove. Nothing really. Yeah, I'm at that point too where I'm just like, yeah, I don't really care. Just like leave me alone. That's all. that's my wish. Just like leave me alone. So is there a way to get all the listeners? C# remove all listeners from action? Can I know how this does this? Sample, so remove field F1, get field Y. So this does this. When Roblox or whatever. So Roblox will not be a thing, I don't think, because again, I've looked at Roblox. I'm not super... I don't really like the way it does things. But yeah, I kind of want to do this for a little bit. Oh, why is this working? What are all the challenges on your list right now? It's probably a couple miles long. Let me double check. Where is it? Where is the list? So I know there's a 4D game, there's Snake, there's Pico 8, there's Roblox, there's Scratch, there is, what were the other ones? I know there's a couple more. Happy Wheels, game without compiling, or only one chance to run, no compiling before, stuff like that. Okay, when Pico 8. Pico 8's gonna be a while, because that's gonna take a while to learn. I don't know too much. Actually, wait a minute. Let me look really quick. What is Pico 8? Like, what language is Pico 8 in? It's a fantasy console, but what is it actually in? Oh, it's Lua based. I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know it was Lua based. It might be sooner than I thought then. I don't know. But I need to figure out how do I remove all listeners from an action. It's not an event, it's an action. From an action, yes. Remove all listeners. C#. Register listener. Yeah. What is this? This is JS. Let's not do that. I don't remove all event handlers from an event. Yeah, but that's not what I want. So against the click, get property events. Event with handler list. Is there really a handler list here? Because we can invoke this. Can we get a handler list? No. Can we get... We can get the target. Handler? No. Can we iterate over that? Is it iterable? So can we say... Let's check this really quick. So if I said for each, var target in on change. Is this valid? Does this do what I think it's gonna do? You don't like that, do you? Nope, you don't have an enumerator. Alright, so let's say target. You don't like that either. Okay. Can I not... I guess I can't. Can I do method? You don't do that either. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. So is there really no way to do that? Do the no compiling challenge? Again, I want to work on this. I want to work on refactoring this stuff for now. But yeah, the no compiling thing might be next on the list. It just depends. But yeah, I don't know. I'm doing some other stuff right now, like I'm doing some interviews for jobs and stuff, so part of the refactoring is I just want to get used to it again. And also I just don't know. I don't have as much energy to do super complicated stuff anymore. At least not right now. Maybe in the future. This is super. I don't know how you do this. Remove all handlers from delegate. C#. So I do need to figure this out. Moving all event handlers. But again, don't know how to directly no, because in large part you cannot simply set the event to null. Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you really have to create a new delegates list? Is that really the only way to do this? That would really annoy me if that were true. I think that's true. I think this is the only way to do it. Is it really minus equal and then clear? Yeah, I think it is. Clearing / removing all event handlers. No, that's not how you do that. I don't think that's equal to delegate. Memory serves me, that should work. Possible? Doesn't work. Yeah, I was about to say. I really don't want to store. Is this really the only way to do this? If this is true, this is really lame. Yeah, I think this is it. This is the way to do it. This is super lame. Alright, fine. We'll do it the super lame way. What we'll do is we'll say a protected... And what even is this? This is just an action T of that, and this will be listeners. You don't like this because we need system collections. System collections, generic. Sure. So in this case, we will have listeners equal new list. That. What we'll say is that listeners, say listeners dot add on change, or no, on change here. And then we'll say listeners dot remove on change. On change. So yeah, what this will do is basically what we're doing is we're storing the actions in a list, and then anytime we want to unsubscribe, we just take it out of the list. And then what we do is in remove all listeners, we just say listeners for each listener. All we do is we say on change minus equal to listener. I mean, really, we just unsubscribe, but that's inefficient. So we'll just say listeners, even listeners itself can just be equal to. Well, actually, no. We want to clear it explicitly. That way, we clean up all the references to it, and that should clean that up properly. And this is true of the range as well. We probably want, well, actually no. We'll just say bounds.remove all listeners, and that's probably fine. Because yeah, all of these can just have their listeners removed. Okay. So yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, because this is just a proxy for two different subjects. Okay. So now that we're doing that, in the player, no, in the UI, right? Or no, in the player we want to remove all listeners, right? In the onDestroy? Because we have multiple subjects, right? In the player we don't have subjects? No, we gotta have subjects. Yeah, so in the observable here and in the in the range. Yeah, so... Oh, but these are internally subjects, okay. Oh, why do you not like that? There is no boxing conversion. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's not worry about that then. So what we'll do is we'll just say remove all listeners. That's what we'll do. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. And so now for money, fuel level, and durability, what we need to do is we just need to basically remove all the listeners from them when we're destroyed. Let's see, do we have a, whoops. No, that's the only one. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is in here, void on destroy, then we will say durability dot remove all listeners. Same thing with, I think, money. This is a subject, yeah, dot remove all listeners, and then fuel level dot remove all listeners. All right. So basically, this just cleans up all of the junk. So yeah, those. Unfortunately, it's hard to automate this cleanup process, from what I know. Unless, I mean, it would be nice. I don't know if it's true, but I wonder if I can make this disposable and then just call dispose, like would calling dispose actually call dispose on all of those. I don't think that's how that works, but it would be nice if it did. I don't know. Someone can tell me if they know. Okay, so I just want to make sure that this doesn't cause issues. It theoretically shouldn't, because, yeah, it just shouldn't. Because we should be recreating the player each time, and so we should be removing, you know, basically cleaning up all the listeners from the previous version of the player, which it appears that that's what's happening. One thing we also need to do is we need to replace all of these tiles with a tile map. We're currently not using a tile map, and it would be useful if we did. Oops. I meant to hit R there, not Q. So, yeah. Or sorry, I meant to hit Q there, not R. Oh boy. Okay, so getting past them is going to be interesting. Don't know how we're going to do that. We'll have to dig around them this way. Alright, but I really want to test this out. Let's go this way. Okay. Dodge you. Okay, I think they're stuck. I think they're basically... Oh, that sucks. Oh, we're just dead? Oh, we can't even restart. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know why that's happening. That shouldn't happen. Okay. Alright, this one will be easy. All we have to do is just get some money and make sure that nothing breaks. Alright. Yeah, it's weird that something breaks whenever we die. That shouldn't happen. Okay, cute. Yep, we keep everything. Great. And we restart. Yeah, okay, everything works. Good. So that's cleaning up all the subscribers. That's good to know. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is for money and fuel, we need to basically convert those to ranges as well. And the reason being is that fuel and money can both have maximum and minimum values. So for instance, money will always have a max or a minimum of 0, and it'll always have a maximum of 9999999 or something. Something around there. But yeah, it's an integer range, so it'll have a starting value of 0, a maximum value or minimum value of 0, then it'll have 999, 999, and 999, I believe is the max. And then for fuel level, I think that starts at 0, 0, and then 100? Or no, sorry, it starts at 100. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright. So now these are ranges instead of observables. Whoops, that's not where I wanted to go. These are ranges instead of observables. We'll have money.value instead of money.current. Why? .value cannot convert that to int. Is it money.current? It's money.current, that's what it is. Okay. So if money.current is greater than the cost, that's good. I think all of this is not broken. Yeah, I think all this, okay, money.current. Alright, and fuel is equal to, should be fuel.current, or fuel level.current. Something like that. What we need to do is we need to say fuel level dot set to be the fuel level dot max, something like that, and then we can say money dot set to be money dot min. There we go. So this resets all the defaults. That's good. This needs to basically do the same thing. So money is 0, durability there. That way we can avoid hard coding those numbers. They get stored, you know, instead they just get stored inside of that value there. Oh, whoops. Do this, and then use this syntax like that. Oh, why are you not happy with that? Oh, I know why. Because what we needed was not this. Yeah, okay, never mind. Never mind, we don't need that syntax. That's fine. Okay. You don't like that. That's fair. Okay. So in this case, we will do the money.minimum, fuel, or sorry, durability, no, durability, dot minimum, and then the fuel, oh whoops, fuel level dot max. And really this should be the maximum here. That way we just reset everything. Okay, so we have the drill effect, or we have that. Really, we need to get rid of the current and the max stuff, so we'll say money.set money.current plus amount, yeah. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of this, because that's that. Yeah, we need to get rid of that, okay. That's all we needed to do. So the current fuel is equal to that, so we'll say fuel level.set to be the saved player.fuel. Then we can get rid of all this. And then the same here, we can say fuel level.current. Okay, and then we can say fuel level dot set to be current fuel. Fuel level dot current minus time dot fixed delta time. Okay, all that's fine, and then we can do the same thing here. We can say current fuel. Fuel level to basically be this. We can say fuel level dot current plus amount. Yeah, okay. And this will handle all of the range checking for us. All right, so all that should be fine. Now the UI component, what do we need to do here? So in here, all we need to do is we need to subscribe to everything. So we need to say, so we've already subscribed to the player.money. That's fine. And then I think we just need to, oh wait, we've already subscribed to the fuel level. Okay. So actually this might just work. And I think it'll just do all the range checking for us now. That's basically all we needed to do. Oh, something's broken. Okay. What's broken here? Wait, what? Because it does not have... What's the issue? That's not implemented because why? Observable eye range. Why? What's the issue? Does not implement interface where value cannot implement because it does not return. What did I change that caused that to happen? Interesting. So this does not implement the interface because it cannot implement, because it does not return a value matching type observable. What? Huh. Okay, let's look at range here. There's 2 copies of this. Why are there 2 copies of this? And where's the second copy? Wait, what? Oh, that's the issue. It got renamed. I don't know how it got renamed, but it did. Could not find it. Wait, what? Alright, now I'm confused. Because I misspelled it. There we go. Okay, that fixes a lot of things. Okay, I think that fixed everything, right? Subscribe is not accessible. It's not accessible from... Oh, right. Because it's the value.subscribe. That's what it is. We want to know when the value changes. The same thing is true of the fuel level. Okay. And really we need to rename that to just fuel. Okay, we reset all this. Alright. So it looks like the durability goes down. Fuel level is going crazy. Oh, I know why though. It's because we need to actually subscribe to the bounds. No. It's when we set the fuel level. We had to do the same thing with the durability. It's that the value is equal to, yeah, all of this. Wait, where's the range? Oh, right, we need the fuel range. Okay. So we'll say fuel, whoop. We'll say fuel. And then we'll say fuel range. Actually, no, we don't need to store this anywhere. Interesting, okay. We don't need to store that. We just need to store the range. Float to float to float. This will be the fuel range. And what we need to do is we need to say player dot fuel level, which will become fuel at some point. Dot bounds dot subscribe to a value equaling the fuel. Fuel range is equal to value. Okay, and then here, so set the fuel, we'll just say fuel. And I actually don't know, oh yeah, I do know. So the value here is going to be equal to the fuel divided by fuel range dot item 2, which is the max. Okay, and we'll set the value here. So that should fix the fuel gauge. And eventually we'll probably just get rid of the fuel gauge, but for now we'll keep it. Okay, so yeah, now it auto sets to full, which is good. Okay, should decrease over time, which it seems to. However, not as much as I had expected. Yeah, maybe it is just decreasing a little bit slower. That's fine, as long as it communicates the actual intent. Okay, so do this. Cool. All right, so good. That updated. Great. Everything seems to stay. Okay. Cool. Now, one moment. We are about to die. Okay, yeah, I don't think we can do anything to get out of this. I think we're just dead. Yeah, okay. I don't know why that breaks everything. We'll have to figure that out at some point. One moment. Okay. Good. Let us look at this. Okay. So you fixed all of that. That's good. So what was the error when we die? What was the issue that occurs when we die? Because I know that there's a formatting issue that appears, and I don't remember what it is. And what it tells us. It's very easy to fix whatever it is. But we just have to actually do it right. Hey, percentage guy. You said, wow, what's up? Ah, okay. So the final score, this is in the defeat stream. Okay. So say, whoops, that's wrong. That's UI. The only response I got from the Discord was like physics joints. Yeah, sometimes sometimes they're not so helpful. So refactor, find all references. It's in here and then in there. Yeah, okay, so the details. You reason, you lost on level, player.money.current, I believe. Is it not .current? Why is .current not available there? Does it think this is an observable? What does it think this is? It thinks this is a range. Range does not give you the current. Why does it not give you the current? I mean, it's fine to just say .value, .get. Oh wait. No, that's an observable. That's interesting. That is interesting. So should the range, it should just be player.money, right? Gives you money. Ah. Right. Okay. So I guess one of the things we want to do is first we want to change this to, not that, to that. Okay. And then to fuel. Okay. I think all of that's better now. Okay. Yeah, I think all that's better. Okay. So the next thing, let's do this. Okay, cool. Yeah, we want to have some way to actually get the player's current money. That is a question. Where that needs to come from. Okay, so let's just do public. really, it's annoying that we can't get the current value, but that does make sense because this is just a range. So yeah, I mean, really, well, the speed is never going to change that much, but it is sort of a range. Trying to think whether or not iRange should give you the minimum and the maximum directly. It probably should. So we can say T minimum, T maximum, and then T current. Yeah, and that should just have a getter associated with it. Something like that. I don't know why these all have references. They really shouldn't. But now go to range. And you don't implement minimum. But you do. So how did I get this to work with the iObservable? No, you do work. Why does it say it's not true? Why does it say this is not implemented? Because it is. Oh, because I misspelled it? Probably. Because I misspelled it. There we go. Okay. So now we should be able to get that from here, right? Yeah, okay, we can get that from here. Alright, let's make sure that doesn't break anything. But yeah, I mean, the other way you could do welding is you could do physics. Well, you could do it with physics joints, or you could do it with the game object method. Okay. So yeah, it seems like everything is working here as intended. So if I reset the game, yeah, everything's fine. If I get some money and then go to the next level, is everything also fine? Everything should also be fine? Yeah, everything's fine. Cool. You do get a little bit stuck on the corners. Okay, that does give you all the values that you need. Okay, cool. Good. And oh wait, I didn't actually test the thing that I wanted to test, which is if we get some money and then we die, does it actually tell us that we... Okay, so it's at $0, that's good. Now we broke something whenever we actually respawn, unfortunately. Okay. So let's check that this actually works correctly. So we had $0 there, that was correct. Now let's just be careful, or let's just be sure though. So let's say we have 920 or 1130. Okay, yeah, that works. But okay, let me push this to Git, and then after that we can work on the error that we're seeing there. So this should be in there and in there? Yes, okay. Say we added a subscriber cleanup. Yes. Cleanup. Yes. Let's push that. Okay, nope, you're not doing that yet. Okay, let's just do, whoops, that's not right. Oh boy. Let's check this out. Is this spam? I can't tell if this is spam. Oh boy. I can't tell if that's spam. Oh boy, I'll have to check something. Hold on. That's that. Yeah, I can't tell if that's spam. Did anyone say anything? Oh wow. So tell me, are you from where I think you are? Don't say where you're from. Okay, well I don't know what I can do with you. Okay. It's a call from California, and I don't know anyone in California, but a lot of the people that I talk to might be in California. So I can't tell. It's great. Yeah, that's always fun. And of course I deleted the error because why wouldn't I? Okay. Right. That's perfect. All right, cool. So what do we get here? So reset defaults causes a what? Null reference. So does the player get deleted? Is that what happens? In start game? It's probably in start game, right? Slayer, whenever we reset defaults. Is that right? I mean, it works in exit level, that's fine, but in lose. So the player, it sets... Oh, does the player just get deactivated? Is that what happens? Whoops. Is that right? That might be right. Because I don't think the player actually gets destroyed here, I think it just gets deactivated. I think that's the only issue. Okay. I think whenever the player dies, they just get deactivated. I think that's how we did it. I don't know, let's go test it. Okay, so kill us. Cool. So if I reset you, oh, no, that just breaks everything. Now this has issues. Because we probably need to do the same thing, yeah. I mean, really what we need to do is we need to store that somewhere in the game manager whenever the level starts up, but we have not done that. Okay, so let's get a little bit of money and then let's go find one of these drones and have them shoot us. Oh, you're not gonna shoot us because you're stunned. Fun. Cool, there we go. Now we can restart. Alright, cool. This is a little bit unfair. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I think everything's fine now. Good, everything's fine. Things we want to do. It is hard to know. It's quite hard to know. Okay. So actually, let me push that to Git as well. Just so that I have it saved. So I'll say drill. Okay, cool. Let's check this out. Cool, that's the only thing that's modified. So fixed error on restart game after defeat. Yes, alright. We're not gonna log in. Let's see then. Okay, and then we will do all of that. Cool, looks like everything pushed. Good. Alright, so now we got a couple other things we need to do. And I gotta go find them because I don't know what they're gonna be. But I do know that we have some issues. Okay. So one of the best places to look is probably the game manager. There's probably tons of issues in here. So we have reset defaults, we have that. Okay. The other thing we could do is we could look at replacing everything with a tile map. And I don't know how that would work out. It'd be interesting to find out though, but the problem is I think that's going to require a lot of work in terms of the map component. It's probably going to require like a ton of stuff in here to change. Like mostly just all of this setting blocks and stuff like that. And I'm going to have to look into that probably on my own before I do it on stream, because otherwise we'll get nowhere near finishing it. We also have... Oh, we have... Actually, wait. The other thing we can do is with the player. Yeah, this thing. Okay. So one of the issues with the player right now is... well, first off, this is static data. This goes up here. We can get rid of these. You are an expression, well, you're a method, basically. So you can go down here with the other methods. All of you can sit there. All of these are ranges, those are fine. have the drill animator component, we get that normally. Okay, so one thing we can do is the effects here. We could store those on, oh wait, no. Wait, why are the drill particles not in the animator? Yeah, why are the drill particles not in the animator? Those should definitely be in the animator. So we have damage block and increase heat. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, these drill particles, really, these should be in the animator. I don't know why they're not. So we should have that, okay. Yeah, let's move these over to the animator because they need to go there. So the animator, let's put you in here. And then we will have a method here. So this plays the drill particles. We'll have public void show drill particles. Sure, we'll do that. Then in here we'll have these be a public void hide drill particles. Something like that. And then in here we will have the drill animator. Whoops. Have the drill animator? Okay, yeah. Then we'll say show drill particles right here. So yeah, we want to show them here, or we want to. Where was the other place that they were? They were somewhere else. Where were they? Show me. That's fine. Okay, so these can go. Yes. Should get 3 errors, 1 here. Okay. So animator.show drill particles. And the advantage to doing this is separation of concerns. So we're just keeping the animation stuff out of the player. It doesn't really need to be concerned with how all of that works. Okay. We can say this, and then we can just say hide drill particles. Cool. So now what we need to do is we need to go into the player, or in the player prefab, and we need to reassign everything to the animator. So we go to the prefab, we go into the player. So the animator itself will not have a reference to the particles yet, so we just put this here. Then we put you in that list, and whoops, on this 2, put you in that list, and we put you in that list. All right, there we go. And that should fix everything. So now this should be functionally equivalent. So whenever we do this, yeah, we see the drill particles. All right, cool. Yeah, it's functionally equivalent. Yeah, all right, perfect. So we push that up. Okay, come on, PowerShell. I know you can load. All right, so let's go to Unity drill. All right. So say we add everything. Yeah, all right, and we'll say moved responsibilities to animator to drill animator. Yeah, all right, cool. Whoops, that didn't do what I wanted. Because I forgot to push it. All right. Whoops, no. Status? Yes, all right, cool. Let's push this up. All right, cool. Git, go away. No. That. Okay, cool. Come on. apologies. I would show this, but this shows a lot of file path information that I'd rather not show. Cool. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is we need to do something with the effects. There's one problem that we have, one thing that I don't like, is that we have some effects like these rock effects and things. And they are, well, it's the rock and it's also the, what is it? I think in here we have the stun effect or something. Yeah, there's the effect for the sparks, and then there's the effect for the rock stuff. And I'd prefer to not have that managed on the prefabs. I'd prefer to have that managed somewhere else. And so the advantage to that is that we don't have to go and link all the prefab stuff together. All we have to do is we just have to say that we want to spawn some effect XYZ. So let's start by moving stuff around. So let's say managers. Hate this design pattern, but we'll use it for now. What we'll have is we'll have an effect manager. Yeah, we'll have an effect manager component. And so that'll be responsible for like summoning particle effects and things into existence. And so there's a couple ways we can deal with this. One of them is that we can have some kind of scriptable dictionary or something. Or we could have, well, actually, I don't know, I'm trying to think through what the best way to do this is. I don't like the idea of referencing prefabs everywhere. That's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of, I mean, I guess it could work, but it's kind of not great, in my opinion. But I guess then, is it really any different? Actually, scratch that. No, I actually don't think it's any different. Now that I think about it. Okay, well, that being said, never mind. Alright. So state here, we have next mining time, we have the shoot cooldown end, yeah. A lot of stuff here. So this gets all of that. Okay. So I'm just looking for stuff where we can refactor this stuff out pretty quickly. So we have all of that. We have the tile component. So there's the word holder, yeah. What did this do? What did this do? I don't actually remember. Set active. Oh, I know what this does. Right. Oh, this is the title, not tile. Because right, we called things blocks. Okay. So this. Okay. So this is another thing. So really what this should do is rather than holding all of this locally, it should hold a reference to a scriptable object, and that scriptable object should contain all of this data. So really I just want to move all of this into a scriptable object, and it'll reduce the amount of memory that we have to store at runtime. Probably drastically too, because we won't be storing a copy of this spawn on death stuff. So this is block. We probably want like a scriptable object thing. Scriptable objects, I think I have one, right? Yeah, I do have one. Alright. Let's delete you. Okay. We can click this little button, it'll show us all the hidden things. But really we want to just say include this, and then we can unhide all that. Alright, cool. Let's add a new, let's call it block definition. Block definition? Yeah, okay. And so this will just be a scriptable object. We'll say scriptable object, perfect. And then what we'll say is, we'll say create asset menu, and then we'll say menu name, and we'll just say this is block. Okay. And then what we'll do is all of this stuff in here, we will just, well, actually all of this is what we want. We'll make this all public. We'll just say impassable. We don't need this. The damage sprite, we do need that. But there's no point. There we go. Then we'll have spawn on death here. Cool. And then to make this compile, we need system collections generic. Cool. So we have all that. And now in the block component, all we need to do is we need to just say public, or not public, we'll say protected. Protected, no, we'll say public. We'll say, well, we'll call it, because the thing is, I want this to be easier to access. I don't know if I want all these pass-through. I don't know if I want all these as pass-through methods or not. I don't think I do. But I also don't want the definition to be public. Fine, we'll just say block definition. We'll call it definition. We'll make it a get, which will point to a thing called definition. And then we will copy this, redefine it as definition, make it protected, serialize it in the editor, or in the inspector. Okay, and then we'll do that. This won't be an auto property anymore. And then we'll just get rid of all these references because we don't need any of them. All right. So now all of the errors, we just reroute everything through definition. So we'll just say, definition.spawnOnDeath. Here we just reroute everything. So we say definition.impassable. And then we'll say definition.damageSprite. And we'll say definition.spawnOnDeath. And then definition.money. And then definition.fuel. Something like that. All right. We should get a billion other errors. By a billion, I mean 1. So we'll say block dot definition dot impassable. Okay. I think all that's fine. Yep, okay. So now, in prefabs, let's create a folder for blocks. Let's move block, impassable block, the sapphire, ruby, and emerald into there. Okay. And also fuel. Let's rename these to, instead of block, let's call this block emerald or money emerald. That way we have like the function, or we have the basically the block, the function, and then the type, or the tier basically. Sapphire. Then we'll say block, oops, look at that. Say block fuel. So this gives us fuel, and then we'll just say block impassable. Cool, I think that's better. And then in here, let's create a folder for gemstones. And then we can put the emerald, we can put the sapphire, and we can put the ruby in there. Not in there. In there. Okay. I think all that's good. So in here, yep, perfect. All right, so we have that. And now in here, we probably want, oh, what's in resources? Oh, in there, okay. Let's just create a folder for data. And then we'll say that there's block data in here. So we'll have a block, this will be block data impassable. And then we'll have block data. Say block data. So this will be the normal block data. all of it is, it's the damage sprite actually. It's probably block damaged. Actually, all of them have that, right? All of them have that as they're damaged? Yeah. Okay. I mean, this really doesn't even have one. It's just marked as impassable and it doesn't spawn anything on death. Alright. So now let's duplicate you. This will be block data money, block data ruby or something. Yeah. Ruby, emerald, sapphire. Emerald. Emerald. And then sapphire. Okay. And then here, I think they spawn 4 of their gemstone. I think that's what they do. So this is ruby? Yeah, I think, oh no, this is emerald. So this is in gemstones. So yeah, ruby, they spawn rubies. I think they spawn 4 of them. It's impassable, it doesn't give you money directly. Actually, I don't think anything gives you money directly anymore. Or no, that's not true, the default blocks do. They just give you 10 money. And then sapphire, that goes in there, it spawns 4 of them. And then emerald, let's clear you out. Let's put an emerald there, and then we'll say if there's 4 of you. Okay. And then I think that's it, right? Oh no, there's fuel blocks, right? Alright. So block data for fuel. For fuel. Okay, that has the block damage sprite, that's great. And then it doesn't spawn anything on death, it also doesn't give you money. It just gives you like 30 fuel or something. Okay. So now in the actual blocks thing, we need to go assign these. So in the fuel block, all we do is we say block fuel. In the impassable block, we say block impassable. In emerald, we just spawn emerald here, we just have emerald. Then in ruby, we have ruby, and then finally in sapphire, we have sapphire. And then in here we have the default. So what that basically does is it just lets us reference a scriptable object. Oh, something broken. Object not set to a reference. Wait, what? Did that break? That shouldn't have broken that. Why'd that get broken? That's weird. You should have a renderer. What? Hold on, I'm very confused now. Also, I'm being told things. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. I need to check something. Ah, okay. My bad. I will deal with that a little bit later. What happened there? No, really, what happened? Something's not set to an instance of an object. This is in block component, but why is the renderer not set? And where is it? It's in here. Why do you think your renderer is not set? Because it is. Let's check this out in debug. No, you can't find a renderer. Why can you not find a renderer? Because you have a sprite renderer. Huh, that's weird. But all of you do. Like, literally all of you. Why? Renderer.flipx is equal to false. Wait, why does it... What? I'm very confused. How is there no renderer on this? Okay, so this one is broken. Okay, spawn on death not equal to null. So you don't have a definition? Did I forget to add that? No, you do have a definition. do have a definition. You just don't have a renderer. I'm very confused as to why. I don't understand. I think Unity's just broken right now. Alright, let me reload Unity. I think Unity's just broken. See what happens here. Oh boy. Okay. Now if I run this, does this actually work like it's supposed to? No, it doesn't. What does it think the problem is? Okay, so did something get broken in the map? No. Okay. So not set to an instance of an object, but it okay. So is it because this, no? It's just an empty list, right? Do I need to explicitly set it to an empty list? I wouldn't think that I would. Because I would imagine since it's serialized, it wouldn't need that, but maybe I'm wrong. Does it really serialize null? Is that really what it, I guess that makes sense actually. That doesn't fix it, but that makes sense. No, apparently this just thinks that it's null, but it's not. Okay, this is starting to make me mad. Okay, so pause this. Okay, so your excuse here is that, so for block 1.0, your excuse is that this is null. Okay, so either definition is null, the list itself is null, or the count is null. Those are the only possibilities. Okay. So if we go into here, the definition is not null. It is very clearly not null. In here, this doesn't show me if this is null, but it also is not being useful. Okay. So I do that. What do you do? Are you okay with that? Doesn't use null propagation. Okay. Can I use null? I bet you I can use null propagation on a list, though. That seems like it works. Okay. That's very weird to me that thinks that that's null. I guess. Okay. So let's see. Null should be false, right? Normally? Okay, I guess that's what it needed. That's odd, but sure. You know, not gonna complain too much. Okay, well the thing just shoots through walls. That's great to know. Okay. So we are getting money. That's good. I think everything is now functionally equivalent again. I think it was just that temporary little issue. That's very weird to me. I mean, I guess it makes some level of sense. It's still strange. I've not seen that before. Like, I thought that Unity would just serialize an empty list instead of null. I don't know why I thought that, though. I guess... I don't know. The weird thing to me is that in the inspector, there doesn't seem to be any semantic difference between an empty list and null. So... I don't know why it would serialize two different values there if there's no semantic difference. Like, that just seems confusing and unnecessarily so. So if you're serializing a list, you should, I guess you can't know the default, I guess you can't know the implementation that's being used, maybe? Maybe that's what it is? I don't know, seems strange to me, but okay. Huh, you're broken. Why are you broken? Why are you confused? You seem very confused. Very unable to function. Why are you unable to function? Now you're fine. Oh. Interesting. You just break there. Are you colliding with that and you don't know what to do with it? Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. I think it's colliding with that thing and it doesn't know what to do with it. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's colliding with that and it doesn't know what to do with it. That's interesting. Okay. That's a bug we can fix at some point. But okay. So yeah, we successfully moved all of the block data into non-component stuff. I don't know how well that's going to work with the tile system. I imagine that it'll work fine. Maybe we can just have the tile reference. Well, I mean, yeah, in worst case, we could just have the tile reference some kind of block data or something, and I think that's what we'd want to do anyway. Because each individual, well, actually, it really doesn't matter. Because we're still going to have to use the block components anyway. Whenever a tile gets damaged, I think it's going to get replaced with a block component. That way, we can track that. You know, we can track the instance-specific data on it. Let's try to run out of fuel here and see what happens to us. Because we should lose, and I think that'll be like the last thing we test, is just to make sure that that functionality still works, because I think it does. But yeah, I don't actually know since we changed everything in the ranges. Okay. Should run out of fuel basically any second now. Yeah, it looks like we didn't really break anything else, so that's good. I mean, that's a, oh, I grabbed a fuel block, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that. That's the sign of a well-designed code base whenever you can make major changes and just not break anything. So I think that bears well for the code base. That reflects well on it. Okay. So let's keep going through here. Should run out of fuel any second now. There we go. It's out of fuel. Yeah, alright. And now everything works. Great. Okay. So I'm going to push that to Git, and then that will be... Actually, that's the end of the stream. Yeah, that'll be the end of the stream, actually. Because I don't think there's anything else I really want to do. And watching me push stuff to Git is not exactly fun. It doesn't look like anybody is actually streaming. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow.